Let's get down to brass tacks.
All right, everyone. I am Pantyhose King. This is episode 27 of Tights Frame of Mind, and there's been a bit of a change going on. I have a new co-host with me. Rob is taking a brief hiatus, which you have probably heard in the message that he released earlier this week. But I would like to introduce the Commodore. How are you, Commodore?
I'm good, King. How are you?
I am just dandy. I'd say
Peachy.
yeah, even peachy, maybe. So maybe we should go into a little bit about how you and I met, as far as the whole I guess we met through pantyhose is really kind of what comes down to it, but it wasn't like the way people would expect me to meet. There was not a, a back alley kind of charade. It was more professional, I guess, maybe.
He was a more genuine share of
Yeah.
commonalities.
Yeah, that's funny how I equate genuine with professional. That I don't know if I'm whether or
I
not
think it
that
was I think it was because we both worked out.
that's true. That's true.
Like
And
I think
also,
it was the workouts, it was the commonality of the nylons, right? And then it just kind of evolved from there.
yeah, and I did find Commodore attractive, not gonna lie, full disclosure. And he's just gonna have to live with that because, it is what it is.
It's unfortunate for me. I know. I know. It's a dastardly deed.
It's tragic actually. It's tragic that you are not able to accept what I'm offering. But you know what? In
Thanks,
time,
Rob.
I think I'll just chip away at it. Now I don't want it to turn into a Me Too situation. Okay, so with that out of the way, I would like to delve into today's main topic, which is going to be the Sheertex company. And the Commodore has some inside information, I would say, some early insight that he had experiences with Sheertex. Now, when I remember years ago, you approached me and you said, "There's this great company, you should look into it." And that's sort of where I remember it starting off. So maybe
Yes.
you can take
Yes.
it
Yes.
from there.
It was a bag of tricks. Let's just say that much. They started out as a small independent company, and with any independent company that has an angel investor, there tends to be a, a hidden agenda.
Can
So
you
we'll
tell us what an angel investor is for those of us who may not know?
so an angel investor is someone that has money that is willing to basically put the capital up front. Think of like Shark Tank,
Okay.
right? Where they come in, they say, "Hey, I would like $250,000 from you in exchange for like 10 to 15 to 20% interest stake in the company." Well, that's pretty much what an angel investor does. They bring the capital up front, they help progress the company expands, and it basically is just another thing, another part on their ledger of saying, I have income coming in.
And so they had an angel investor. So that goes into what you were saying. So continuing your story.
So they went from just being a concept, an idea, to going to
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
I think it was
And
Kickstarter. Or was
so
it
I
Go?
got into that early
Yeah, you were an
because
early Kickstarter.
I was like during the first couple of days when this thing launched, because I was interested in it because I was a lot of the girls that I would date, they wouldn't like to wear the nylons because they would get upset with the runs and say that it didn't look good. Um, so when I heard that there was the indestructible, like this is something that can come to market, I said this is phenomenal. So I got behind it, did my research, actually got to speak with those that were actually uh, creating the manufacturing platform. And I mean, they went through a series of tests. I mean, they broke machinery trying to make these.
It
And
must have
once
been
they
expensive.
finally had, yeah, they truly were indestructible because is a different type of strand that they were using. And there's the old commercials where Catherine Vermouth, she's the angel investor. She's
And the
swinging,
CEO, right?
and she's
Hmm.
like swinging on like using the nylons as a swing.
Is it common to have an angel investor be the CEO?
Honestly, it really depends, and that's on the dynamic,
Oh, okay.
right? This could have think of it like this: Ray Kroc took over McDonald's. He didn't found
Yeah,
McDonald's.
he did.
He ran into them when he was selling them milkshake
Yeah,
make,
yeah.
right? And then he was able to con his way into basically stealing the guy's
Yeah,
last name right from underneath them.
it's a real bastard. I mean, a
And
smart
that's kind of
bastard.
where I see what happened with
Uh,
Shirley. First it was Shirley, then it was Shirley Genius. Now it's Sheertex. And what I'm saying is that, as we have discussed, they've lost their basis completely.
right. I was under the impression that they were going to be male advocates, that there was going to be that kind of stuff going on. And I've talked to the community a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us agree that while there are technically male models featured, they are not trying to cater to men who who want to be, let's say, male presenting. They prefer to keep it androgynous, which is, for me, look, that's fine. However, you can't just group androgynous with male, because that sort of defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you invested early, and then were you, what, as far as when the company started to take off, because it took off massively, were you satisfied with your your Kickstart investment, or were you dissatisfied?
To begin with, satisfied
Mhm.
completely. Then they would send us from the very beginning as the very first backers. We were guaranteed 20% off all purchases, like for the duration that we were backers of them, which we were. That code has since expired, and they said that they don't honor it, which is like, oh, that's great.
The code
Secondly,
the code expired. They had a code that expired. It,
like a promo code.
okay, yeah, that's
And they're like, oh yeah, it excludes. They put all these exclusionary pieces on there that it was not clearly laid out when we backed this thing back when it was Shirley.
right. I mean, who would back something where it's like all of your rewards could be revoked at any time?
And unfortunately, like the emails that I have from the Kickstarter don't hold ground because they were more like newsletters than they
Mm.
were an official document, right? So
So,
not to go into like the legal side of it, but
right.
it's a matter of, as an investor, as someone that helped bring the company to light, no matter how nominal the amount of money was, it's still upsetting that when you take a look at the company, the success that it could have had and where it could be is just not there.
And I believe that the success that it has had is, well, this is my opinion, but I feel like things might not be going so well for the company, because I don't know, lately there's been like all these massive sales going on where things are 65% off,
Mm-hmm.
70% off. And whenever I see something that's that much discounted, I mean, I'm not saying going out of business, but I'm saying that's usually where you see stuff in the bargain bin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think then again, seeing how many different advertisements there's been for a plethora of different clothing style. Like they try to create their own clothing line. They're trying to be Lululemon instead of just being Sheertex.
God, Lululemon. I mean, who would want to be Lululemon anyway? I mean, that company was a pile of shit.
Totally. But they,
But
they're copying pretty much everything Lululemon did,
how
only that
so?
they're not thriving.
Well,
What
are
Lululemon
they're not
stuck with,
stealing enough from people? They're not doing enough multi-level marketing?
well, let's just say this. When you think of Lululemon, what is the number one product you think of?
Moldy leggings.
Okay, the leggings. But the point is like the legging. Once they had concrete owned it in and people knew the brand,
Yeah.
they then started to venture out because they had capitalized and captivated the audience. Well, Sheertex hasn't done that. They've thought they did. They've missed the boat.
Yeah, they were
Now
making
we're seeing them reel
socks.
everything in.
It's vexing. In fact, one of the things that, okay, now, and I maybe I don't intend for Commodore to, this is me specifically. Now, this is not a purely like I'm hating on Sheertex podcast, but I'm hating on them a little bit, because some of the stuff for me personally, my opinion, I'm not speaking for Commodore, but I've been over and over again just baffled by the choices that they've made. Baffled, where I feel like the advertising team is mentally unstable. The choices they make don't make any sense, and I'm not alone in this in the community. So, Commodore, for a little bit of funsies, how would you feel about watching some Sheertex ads and commenting on them? You know, the way that YouTubers comment on stuff, comment
I
on,
and
biting
it's interesting that
commentary.
you say that you have these commercials that I've yet to see. Besides the very first one that I saw her, Catherine swinging, using the islands as a swing, I haven't seen any other advertisements. So I'd be interested to see this.
I am interested to see you see this. So right now I'm about to do some technology. This is going to be crazy, but we're going to do this. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So you should be seeing the entire screen at this point. Do you see it?
I do.
All right. This is the Painfully Strong Tights featuring, I don't know his name, Harold the meme guy. But here we go. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Hey, that's painful.
Hi. Hello.
I'm Harold, and this is Sheertex. They make really strong ties.
Okay, so I'm pausing it right now because there's 3 men that they could have shown wearing tights just to do that. Also, for legality purposes, if you don't interact with it enough, they copyright strike you. So I'm a little nervous about that. But we'll continue. There's keep in mind, there's people working out, men.
Disposable tights are such a pain. Over 1 billion tights end up in landfills every year. What a waste. Sheertex uses science to make ties that last up to 10 times longer than regular ties. If you want really strong ties, you want Sheertex.
See,
Sheertex.
Now,
Not safe for regular
what?
tights.
Oh shoot! What did you get from that? Because I'm trying to make sense of what I just saw, and I did. If he was speaking in straight up German, would you necessarily even know that it's about tights, or would you? I would peg it as
I think it's supposed
commercial.
to be ironic.
I would say no.
Like that's just they're trying to do a spin-off, like a gif off, if you will. And
Yeah,
I think they missed it.
yeah.
They missed it. I get the premise of what they were saying, but at the same
Like,
time,
I mean, and the whole like throwing everything in the kitchen sink, like the iron, like the like Gen Zer going like, you know, enthusiastically with the thumbs up, and then the dumping of the tights and the landfill. But the Herald, dude, the Herald. So this is a little sidebar, but I did have an interaction with the Sheertex company. Do you want me to read my little sidebar with them? They mistook my questioning him being in the commercial as a customer service issue, and they replied to me. And
that's too big.
if you're interested, I can go into it. Do you think that would be a worthy thing to just?
Oh, I think we should definitely hear what they have to say.
Okay,
It's
well
only
then.
fair.
Okay, so we're gonna go to. Well, I'm gonna go to because you all are just seeing me and the Commodore's gorgeous faces, which by the way you can see on our Patreon for the full extended video. But we're going to go into my Instagram, and we're going to have a lovely little telling tales out of school. So yeah, I wrote on one of Sheertex's many things that they wrote. They had a poster of Harold or whatever his name is. I should have done my research on it, but I honestly have no fucking idea who the guy is. He's called Hide the Pain Harold. I don't know what you mean. So I wrote it had a poster of him, and it says, that feeling you get when your tights rip. And I go, it's just him grimacing, and I'm like, and then what? And they wrote, sorry to hear this. Can you please provide your order number? I said, I beg your pardon. They said, you mentioned your new tights ripped, or maybe we misunderstood. Are you referring to a recent purchase? I said, you did, but I was commenting on the recent advertisement you did. The gentleman is famous for a meme, but I have no idea what he's known for. I'm also very confused as to why you would not feature him wearing the product. I do a successful Men Pantyhose podcast, and we pay attention to these type of things. Smiley face. So thank you so much for clarifying. We appreciate your feedback. We'll pass this along to our marketing team, in which is in charge of social media and advertisement. And I thought, okay, well, if I got them going, I said, the posters behind him say, "When your new tights rip," and I'm thinking, and then what? An elderly gentleman smiles at you. They go, "I understand, and I apologize if you misunderstood." I said, "Thanks. I guess you can spend a lot of money on an advertisement featuring him. And as a community influence, I think of so many better ways you could reach male wearers instead of making them feel like you're afraid to feature them, which ads make me feel like you were doing here. Thanks for your suggestion." I'm just like, I love how positive they are. "I can assure you that our tights are thought and made for everyone. Heart with a diamond around it. We consider ourselves an inclusive brand, and I'm sorry if this commercial transmitted the opposite message. It was not our intention at all." Smiley face. "We just wanted to create a funny and different commercial. That's all." Smiley face. And so I did my final, like I said, I'm not accusing you of being non-inclusive. The majority of buyers of pantyhose are men from the other companies I've spoken to on the podcast. The commercial just simply wasted moments where the male lead and the weightlifter, where you could feature men wearing the product, that would have been normalized and made the commercial show inclusivity. So you can say you're inclusive, but it's really just an advertisement featuring a woman wearing tights and men very clearly not wearing them, and that sends a message. I'm sorry if this comes off as negative, but it is a running theme I've seen in your advertisements, and I thought, since I'm a representative and I had you on the line, I should let you know. And then they said that they would, again, they'll pass it on to the marketing team, which will take it into consideration in the future. So I guess we'll see if they're going to take a suggestion, right? I mean, who knows? My guess is no, but maybe I'm being pessimistic.
I think it was a polite way of saying no.
I'm leaning with that one too, but but maybe you can change things, Commodore. Maybe I can like make a difference, right? No.
Or just create your own brand.
I could do that, but I mean, I don't know if I can do that. Sheertex. So here we go. We got Sheertex number 2. This one's called
Sheertex.
Alarmingly Strong.
Warning, not safe for regular tights.
No. It is just art house gone
No tights
mad.
were harmed in the making of this advertisement. Sheertex is a corporation that specializes in making extremely strong tights.
Who is
Safe
the
to
lead of
wear
their
under
marketing?
any circumstances, no matter.
Whoever, okay, no Sheertex were harmed, but the dog, I get it, because the dog's in the commercial, ha ha ha. Then,
How alarming.
it is alarming. Okay, this one's insufferable, okay? I want you to understand this one's going to hurt because it takes a couple of minutes. Remember Taylor Swift's big hit that she had a few years ago?
No.
Shake It Up? You never heard Shake It Up? Come on, have you been living under a rock?
You know what Swift is short for, right?
Taylor, oh,
Swift kick to the dick. That's about all I can sum up that music.
okay, well, Taylor Swift has been doing a lot. You should know she has been doing a lot for the economy, so we're thankful for Tay for that. This is not Taylor Swift's fault, okay? This is that's her, right? That's the CEO slash
yes,
angel
Catherine.
investor.
Yes.
Yeah,
that is the lady behind the message.
front and center and looking as goofy as we can be. So we can compare. So it's right away. I mean, and this is maybe me being a little bitchy, but like if you're gonna be doing videos where you're gonna compare yourself to Taylor Swift, maybe you want to look like her. I don't know. Just seems like I wouldn't want to have my photo taken next to the guy who is in The Witcher. What's that name? Henry Cavill?
I don't know his name.
Okay, well,
But yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
You don't want to stand next to somebody and show the differences between human beings that can happen. Like, I just think it's unfair. But here we go.
You step out on the floor.
We got a Taylor Swift lookalike. Or not really lookalike.
But damn, those types are running in more.
Ugh. How much you want to bet that they're all friends from theater? And like these are all friends that are like in theater grouped together, maybe improv.
But see how they're showing leggings?
Yeah, the
It's
guy
like,
was.
That's the part where I get at, is that they have lost their direction. They're
Right.
not a legging company. They are
Exactly.
a pantyhose company.
Tights won't rip in any
And those aren't tights. Those are leggings.
places.
No.
So you can do a death drop, a pirouette down to a split, and it's gonna be just fine. Because we're launching
Oh, dude, turn this off. This is
No. You have to suffer through this because this is.
this is awful.
I know it's great, fantastic, right? No, this is cringe. And think of the amount of money that they spent on this. Like this is its studio.
Where are these advertised at? Because I
have no idea. You can't, like, it's a 2-minute and 16-second video. It's not playing on the TV. It's not playing in a movie theater. But what I'm thinking is, okay, think about it. They not only did the studio work, they hired everybody. They hired all the kid actors. They hired all the background dancers. They hired the drag queen. They hired the lighting, the baton twirlers, whatever the hell. They also paid for a studio session to create this Taylor Swift ripoff, which when you compare
Taylor Swift ripoff.
which honestly, if you listening to this, I think you can appreciate Taylor Swift. You're like, wow, no, actually,
I still no. There's, this may be an unpopular.
I think, well, it is unpopular.
I'm not a big Taylor Swift guy.
I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, but I will tell you this much. If I was given the choice of between like we were in the army and, you're trying to blast somebody out with like repeating a song over and over again, and you had to choose between Taylor Swift and this one would probably get it done like about 8 times faster, I think, because it's garbage. So she's dancing with the drag queen. We're picking up our narrative.
See, they keep saying tights.
Yeah, I know, right? Where are they?
You might try, but there's
Are those?
no
That's a
way that you're
bodysuit.
gonna rip through these.
Our fibers are so strong,
It's such. I mean,
and the science is so real.
that's all she wanted to do is just show everybody that she took ballet. I swear, that's all she wanted to do. She's like, I took ballet. I can do the splits.
No one else has tech like us. It's patent pending.
Patent pending.
Pending. Oh my god.
After decades of filling up landfills and dancing around with holes in your tights, you can now feel confident that you'll make it through the day in the world's toughest shears.
These tights
Oh,
are gonna break.
look at her dance. Look at that. Oh, it's gonna give me diarrhea.
On with the show. Keep moving with the show, baby.
I don't
I
have
swear-
words for this.
I
don't.
swear to
This
God.
is
I think it's her singing. I think it's her, the CEO, angel investor.
All night.
You know it.
God.
well, yes. I mean, she has final say on anything that happens with the company.
I mean, look at
Why
her
wake
front.
night
Oh
and
God.
wonder
here we-
why, in a world where cars can drive themselves, I still didn't have a pair of pantyhose.
No,
that
see,
could get me through
I
the
know this
day.
one.
So I decided
do?
to do something about
Yes.
it. At
Now, I've-
Shirley Genius, we set out to answer the call.
Oh,
of
so
a
this is when they were
generation.
Shirley Genius.
Yes.
I've never had that happen. Okay. Problem right
Bringing
here.
The world's first
The
pair of
one
Indian-
fucking time they show men with pantyhose, and it's like, oh, they're criminal. I mean, maybe I'm being a little
I think you're
hypersensitive.
reading way too much into it.
Yeah, I'm reading way too much into it, but it's also bullshit because
Remember, this was well before the company was even really established.
okay, so I'm supposed to be sensitive to the complete ignorance of the industry and of like the people in it. Okay, I'll
Well,
do
you can't really you can't judge someone or a company that's in its infancy that has a very tight marketing budget.
This is still on their main page.
Of course, it's on their main page, and they're still listed as Shirley Genius.
Indestructible sheer pantyhose that can hold up to whatever life throws at you. Like the Velcro on this jacket, this diamond engagement ring, this rugby player, and this 3-month-old puppy.
Oof.
Before Shirley Genius, you used to have 2 options when it came to pantyhose.
Yeah,
Make
incorrect.
pantyhose that, while they may last, are made for the North Pole. Or sheer pantyhose, which you're lucky if you get a couple wears out of. Say
Again.
goodbye to your clear nail polish.
So this
Incorrect.
is a portion that's different from the original.
Incorrect. Those are not true statements. There are a variety of pantyhose that are not just made for the North Pole or for one-time wears. In fact, I'm wearing a pair of pantyhose that I've worn them multiple times and they have not ripped. Now, granted, I haven't taken a pair of scissors and dragged them down the center, or I haven't put, like, say, I don't know, freaking my camera, or wait, even better, like this seems like Sheertex, right? Putting a hammer right inside a pair of tights and then going, and then being like, oh look, it broke. What a crappy tight.
Our pantyhose have been rigorously tested in our lab and by women around the world to last up to 50
By women.
wears and help you avoid those moments.
Like when I break a nail taking care of my 2-year-old and I become a velociraptor.
Or when I'm at work and my pantyhose rip in the bathroom.
Sometimes I don't have time to shave and the nylons get stuck in my whiskers.
It turns out that designing the world's
I hate
first
that.
pair of sheer pantyhose
Just saying.
that doesn't rip or
I hate
tear
that part.
is no easy feat. After testing dozens of fibers that would tear as you took them off the spool, I turned to the fibers used in
Now,
products like
can I
climate
ask you
equipment
something,
and
Commodore?
bulletproof vests.
Does she really know what she's talking about?
I don't
Is
know
she
her
a scientist?
personally. Well,
Do
no,
you-
I don't know her personally, so I can't really attest to that. But I can
If you
say
were-
that she had a personal interest.
Do you think that, if you're in your opinion, do you think that she is a scientist-minded person, or do you think that maybe she just seems to be, like, and this again, your opinion, regurgitating what is being said to be told?
Like any good CEO, yes.
She's a good CEO again, I guess. Yes.
While they were definitely strong,
You're very
there were
positive.
a few problems.
It's.
They were too thick, they didn't stretch.
I mean, this company
weren't
didn't
dyeable.
exist
The
Yeah.
a
fibers were
decade
so
ago.
Look, now, pointed out something interesting. We have our first sighting of a guy wearing tights, right?
Yes.
Those are not Sheertex tights. Am I correct?
Yeah, they're dyeable.
So they can make them in white?
Yes,
Well, how come they have never made them in white? I mean,
they have.
they have?
Yeah, advertisements.
Where I've never seen them on the site. No, maybe. Okay, I'm mistaken. But okay, I'm gonna give them props that they showed finally.
and they weren't dyeable. The fibers were so strong, they
Oh,
were
wait.
breaking the pantyhose machines.
Oh no, the machine, did she break again?
Not to mention, they're some of the most expensive fibers in the world. They
Oh, yeah, no,
1,000
that was a
times
bad
more
one.
expensive than nylon. So we set out to build a fiber.
Oh no, she broke the machine again. I
Didn't
don't
realize we had Mario and Luigi.
right. Well, all Italians are plumbers, right? We're both Italian, so it's like, why aren't we cleaning out the pipes, right?
Yeah,
Is that the
we're
implication?
making a pizza. Currently,
Right?
supposed to be making pizzas too.
Make
So,
pizza and talk with our hands. I didn't even look Italian.
That can meet our needs and the needs of women.
That's
around
torture,
the
man.
world.
Making somebody
Our
walk on a treadmill in
proprietary
high
fiber
heels.
is up to 10 times stronger than steel,
but
lighter
it's
than
just
water,
making a
and
point.
bacteria resistant.
Yeah, but it's still
So
awful.
how do we figure out how to dye it and make it stretch without breaking the machines? Let's just say we figured it out, and it's top secret. 50 wears in one pair of Surely Genius pantyhose would take 25
So I actually
pairs
challenged
of
them
the other
on
guy's
this.
pantyhose. Our
You okay?
pantyhose-
What would you would challenge them on this? So
So
Meaning-
it did not last 50 pairs. It lasted 3.
3?
And so if you go back to the scene just before this, like not even no, beyond the patent penny right there.
Okay.
Go to that.
So right when she
No.
walks,
Yeah, whatever. See that little case that's there?
this one.
The case. Never received that like I was supposed to.
Wait, yeah, I was wondering about that. I never seen that either.
That is what it's supposed to go into. That's supposed to be where you put the nylons when you put them in the dryer and in the washer.
Okay.
Never received it. Asked them about it. Never got it.
Oh.
One pair of Surely Genius pantyhose would take 25 pairs of the other guy's pantyhose. Our pantyhose stretch and move with you.
Oh, look, she can do a
Come with
split.
comfortable, dig-free waistband. And we'll deliver
I do
your
ballet. look, I want to know who these other guys are. They keep saying other guys' pantyhose, other guys' pantyhose. Like,
Just using a broad general term. I think you're digging too deep.
No, I'm not because the
into
thing
a
is,
commercial that's just it's
you
like
wait,
like the Big Mac versus the Whopper.
You'll wait and see because at the
We're
end
the
of this
bigger
ad,
like Whopper's better than a Big Mac. Big Mac's better than a Whopper. It's
I
the
believe
same thing.
Commodore.
It's just like a car salesman saying, I have the best car. JD
Commodore.
Power and Associates says we're the best car, even though JD Power and Associates is a bogus ass company and that people pay for those awards.
I'm gonna JD Power through this commercial because you'll see what I'm talking about. Because at the end, they name names.
Genius pantyhose in this stylish, multi-use, non-disposable wash bag, and you'll need it because you'll be wearing your Sheerly Genius pantyhose.
Yeah, never got it. They don't even offer that anymore.
And again.
I love how she's like turning around and changing clothes is represents changing the pantyhose.
Ready, Gabby? We just need your support to make it happen. Sheerly Genius, indestructible pantyhose.
Oh, she looks sinister there.
Truly indestructible pantyhose.
Look at clamping it.
Okay. Wow. Oh.
I mean, that's really just.
Wow, you're hanging from the ceiling.
Pantyhose.
Wow, this is an actual pair of Sheerly Genius pantyhose
supporting a thing that would never happen in a pair of pantyhose.
Thought this was not going to be possible.
That's the point. That's what they're trying to show.
I mean, that's.
Oh my God! Wow. Okay.
That's a good acting. I did not think that was gonna work. Like, yeah, you definitely.
I don't even wear pantyhose.
Okay, can someone get me down?
Okay.
First of all, he wears pantyhose right there because you've never heard a guy say that. Okay, this one's great. Sheertex versus Tough Mudder. I don't quite know why Tough Mudder would be.
My name's Dave. I'm a senior staff technologist here at Sheertex.
My name's Dominique, and I'm legal.
I can barely hear him.
The Sheertex knit is way harder than my last job was. That stuff just tore in half. I had to be a lot more gentle with the pantyhose at the last place, but here you can like.
And he looks pretty strong, doesn't he?
Many pairs of tights, and these ones never able to do that. Pretty strong. They work out, but can't get through these.
I am really.
Why is she not wearing them?
To being able to do some
that's literally the question of the entire
testing
commercial
like we normally
period.
get to do. I think that's going to be awesome.
I don't see a problem with running in our office wear. I mean,
I do. It sounds like it sucks.
I think the other guys don't stand a chance against us.
Okay. And here we go. Have you Tough Muddered?
Yes.
I figured you would have. Would you Tough Mudder and Sheertex?
No, but look, they all ripped.
Oh, never wear disposable tights again. Oh, it's so funny. It's just such funny people.
Hey! So you wanna be first?
This one makes sense.
You gotta do work.
It's a Britney Spears riff. Work, bitch.
So you wanna make waves? Get your head in that game. Let's play.
Here's this one. That was a full ad. That was a full ad you just saw there. The ripping of those, like it was 2 seconds long, so I'm not sure.
Right, but do you see how now they're advertising socks?
Yeah. I see how they're not advertising anything that
anything that we as the original backers wanted.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like Lululemon has their own store.
Yeah, they do.
Have you seen a Sheertex store anywhere?
I've seen the pop-up ones they do in like London. And that's it.
Right, pop-ups, but not like a brick and mortar store.
No, because what?
Plus, they're based out of Canada.
Well, then what are they? I mean, then that one would question, like, with all the all that seed money they had, do you think it went to frivolous things like fancy luncheons and like plates with the name Sheertex burned onto them, like porcelain? I don't know. Wonder if that happened.
Maybe.
Possibly, allegedly, possibly, maybe. I don't know. So this one you're gonna love because this is a very woke commercial.
What do you see? Do you see the latest trend? A hair color? A tattoo?
I see no tights.
This does not define who I am. When you look at me, I want you to see
a
me.
pregnant woman trying
Surprising,
to look seductive.
understated, subtle, complicated, big,
No tights?
small,
Tights,
curious,
finally. No tights.
wise. I'm not black and white. I'm everything else in between. I am not what I wear. I wear what I am. I am resilient, and resilient is me.
That's so deep, right? Is the fascinating like world of Sheertex. Do you think? How do you feel about those ads? Were they effective? Did they sell to you?
Honestly, they bore the shit out of me.
Well, that's that we should you write that to the freaking like multimedia guy, be like, just so you know, your commercials bore the shit out of me. They'd be like, thank you for your constructive feedback. We'll forward that over to our marketing team.
Honestly, like they could do. I mean, like any company, there's always room for improvement, but those commercials are
abysmal.
It's like they haven't left being a Kickstarter company.
Right. That's
like they never left that budget. Like they left the marketing budget what it was when they first started, thinking that the product would sell itself.
And yeah, that's actually a really good way to put it, because it does feel like they're still trying to prove like that they're, I don't know.
They're doing guerrilla tactics where they're saying we don't need to spend the money on crazy expensive marketing and advertising. We've created a quality product that people will continue to buy through word of mouth.
And you know, that Herald, like, I guess who is, let's find out. Let's see who Grimace the Pain Herald, or whatever the hell his name is Hide the Pain Herald. He's a very, let's see Hide the Pain Herald. Let's see how much he must be very famous. I guess his name is not even Herald. He is an internet meme that was a Hungarian who had a photo of him holding a cup of coffee and looking like he had a fake smile, and he said that it wasn't a fake smile, that's just how he looks. That's really sad. That's kind of
nice.
That's, I mean, good for him for making all that money in the, you know, in the end, but like he's like he just didn't want to be famous. But let's see, Hide the Pain Herald, let's see what his net worth is. Andreas Arato, he is a Hungarian guy. Hide the Pain Herald net worth, let's see how much it cost Sheertex to bring him in. Yeah, bring him in as the thing. So okay, so he's they estimate him at 3 to 5 million, which for being a meme, not too shabby. So what do you think? What do you think it costs to probably pull in, like, maybe 10,000, 20,000?
For what? For him to be worth
for doing a commercial, like a commercial run.
I don't know. It really depends on who he has as a publicist, or if he does it himself. I mean, he could easily push himself $40,000 for every time he shows up.
So we could guesstimate that $40,000 was probably the most
just on him alone.
Yeah, on having him as a spokesperson, and he doesn't wear the tights. And even in an interview,
but does he have to wear the tights in order to send the message across? Right, well, now you're assuming that everybody must wear them.
I think in a tights commercial, it would be behoovy of people to wear them. I mean, I don't know if okay, let's say I'm advertising my Halloween shirt that I'm wearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I not wear the Halloween shirt in my Halloween shirt commercial?
All right, I'll challenge you with this one. When McDonald's had its Big Mac war, not everyone in the commercial was eating a Big Mac. They'd have a couple sitting across from each other, and one would be eating a Big Mac and the other one wouldn't be eating a Big Mac.
I challenge your challenge. What were the other people doing in that commercial if he wasn't wearing them, there was nobody else wearing them either. There was a
They were.
garbage. No, there wasn't. There wasn't anybody. There was one model.
Yeah,
on
the girl that was
wheel.
walking on that little hamster wheel.
Okay.
You had another one that was judging what she was doing.
Okay.
And then you had the guys that had the weights inside to show its durability.
Yeah.
I mean, they were small, like you catch up and see these things and go, oh, okay, I get the strength and durability. I see that you can go and move in different ways that you normally couldn't in a regular pair.
How much do you think for me, does it become less impressive over time when they keep declaring how strong they are, and yet they don't seem to have any new colors or designs?
They do. They have new colors and they have
Dude.
new designs.
Okay, well,
they just released them last week.
They did? Yeah, well,
yes.
I tried the nude ones, and I mean, I wasn't
Let's
impressed.
see here. I'm gonna pull this out. They have bubblegum, which is like an off-white, pinkish, cherry, espresso, eggplant, lime, and navy.
And these are tights or these are pantyhose?
They're tights, pantyhose, the same thing. They're not leggings, thank God.
They're not the same thing. Are they sheer or not?
They're sheer, dude. So in England, they're called tights. Here we call them pantyhose.
I understand that.
You're stretching a wide variety.
Yeah.
We're splitting the hairs on calling them what they are.
Well, I want to know what the denier is of them, is what I mean.
Well, I haven't looked into them, but I know that they have new styles that come in.
Where are they on the website? Where, if you like go to the website, where are they at?
I don't know. They just send me emails.
Oh, okay. Because I'm seeing like black tights, nude tights, classic, premium, fashion, maybe fashion. No,
could be under fashion. I know they're called colors for the fall.
Color for the fall. I don't know. I'm seeing them on the proper website at all. They nope. I don't know if they're for sale yet.
Let's see. Will it show it? Nope, not going to show it, but they're there.
On Sheertex.com.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
they're there. It's just they don't advertise it, right? They're going based off of the old method of going to the mailer.
I guess so.
I get these commercials have to be airing in different countries.
Well, I'm sure
they have to be.
I'm sure they are because I've never seen them except for on the my Facebook ads. But why do you think? Why 65% off the other one tights?
They used to be $90 a pair.
Yeah, now they're $35.
Well, yeah. So it's like anything. When you continue to manufacture, it gets cheaper as you produce more and more.
Yeah,
they're probably at a point where they're at their peak manufacturing process where they can kick enough of these out that they can't afford to have them at those prices. And a marketing scheme is saying, oh, they're reduced in price. It believes people to believe that they're getting a deal.
Well,
like car dealerships that pull out that bullshit. They go, oh, MSRP, which is for new cars, not used cars. And they go, our price, regular price, even though neither of the prices are correct.
Yeah. So is that how it's going to be? They're just going to forever list that at one point in time they were $100.
Yeah, probably.
Color me impressed.
It's a marketing like that. That's everywhere. It's just like people that go to and they shop at Burlington Coat Factory or Marshalls or TJ Maxx or Home Goods, and it goes competitor price, our price.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but aren't these pretty cool? Check out my pantyhose muscle alert and my pantyhose workout tattoo tights that I got going on. Aren't they cool? Aren't they nifty?
Yeah, didn't you have them last time?
Yeah, well, yeah, but last time hasn't come out yet.
Oh, is that your first time wearing them?
No, it's not my first time wearing them. No, I wear them a lot. I wear them quite often. It's not my first time wearing anything pantyhose related. But speaking of since you alluded to it, would like to announce something a little exciting, a little titillating, that we are going to be taking Tights From a Mine into a broader realm. And we're going to be sort of stepping into, well, I'd say dipping our toes into the
No pun
grander,
intended.
huh?
I
What?
said no pun intended.
Or pun intended. But we're going to be dipping our toes into the bigger pool of fetishes and kinks. We're going to start talking about the whole gamut. We're going to interview some wonderful people. Coming up, actually, is someone that the Commodore brought to the table. Why don't you tell a little preview, or just give a little preview about that before we sign off about who we'll be having on this one?
Yes, Madame PA. She is a foot model ish. She's into the Don Fetlife, and we met via Fetlife, which is cool. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
It's a puppy.
Oh, dude, okay. We can cut.
There we go. Yeah, we'll cut that off. Yeah, so we met
Except for
via
our patrons,
Fetlife.
we'll let the patrons have it all.
Oh yeah, have them see the back view, I guess.
They just saw your jeans.
Yeah, that's all. That's all the tea they're gonna get.
Yeah, but by the way, I do fully intend on getting Commodore to wear for one of the episodes. Commodore is very shy. He's a shy guy.
Is it shy, or do I just like to reel it in?
Shy.
Okay.
I think
tomato.
That's what a very shy person might
Potato,
say.
potato.
Shy guy.
Shy guy.
Yeah.
But I'll just go by shy guy from here on out.
Call you shy guy. So as you were saying, she is a foot model, and
we met, and it was fun. It was fun to say the least. Got her to wear. She's reluctant to wear often because, like most ladies, they like the summertime. But
yeah,
she enjoys wearing them. I'll put it that much.
And that's another thing that we can get in from your and I realize that you it's not your fault that you came out straight. Like I mean, I know that it's like it's tough, but it's how nature made you, and I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to accept your heterosexuality.
No, I'm glad.
I mean, now don't make no mistake, it is an abomination. You will be going to hell for it, but I don't judge it. It's not for me to judge. It's obviously God.
It's for others to judge, which is fine.
It's for God to judge your heterosexuality, and He will accordingly. But until then, I do not judge you for your heterosexuality, and I do think you'll be able to add a really interesting insight into the complications that men have with the women and their lives and the wearing, which
I'd even dive down into even when the guys are wearing it. Because you have the classifications of guys that wear and don't wear, and why they do and why they don't, and the psychology behind it.
Well, yeah, there's that, of course, but I figured I would figured I'd jump right into like just pussy, because I figured it would just be something that you would like,
Very good. So crass. So crass.
Oh, I am crass. I'm a crassy motherfucker. But yes, we obviously will talk about that. I mean, we're not going to be neglecting the male wearers completely, because you guys are our bread and butter. Obviously, there will be some elements of pantyhose being discussed into it, because if you know me, like I will wedge it into a conversation regardless. I mean, ask Commodore.
One might say that it's a tights frame of mind. Oh, he did it.
Oh,
I did it.
Yeah, if I could smell that joke, I mean, we're very far away, but I could smell that joke from all the way across the country. I'll tell you that much. It's a piquant. But so I just want to say, like, again, for all you listeners out there, Rob is on hiatus. Rob is starting a cookie business with his wife, and they are like gangbusters, like. And he has promised to make an exclusive tights frame of mind pantyhose cookie, which will be shaped like a leg, and it's going to have like confectionery. Is that the word? Confectionery? What am I looking for? Yeah, like it's going to be very pantyhose looking. I think that's going to be really cool to see.
Is it going to say Sheertex on the side?
No, and it will not have it won't have a bright yellow line on the top of it either that looks like limonade or whatever.
Oh yes, the lime green.
Which,
you gotta love those.
Yeah. I mean, good luck trying to look sexy in that one if you're in a cat suit. I mean, not saying like, I've ever done that, but if like I did do that.
But if you did, yes.
Yeah, but it's
you
tough.
Couldn't be a cat burglar with those.
No, because I could because right they can handle anything. So I could not shave and it wouldn't even matter. Like I could be all 5 o'clock shadow and just go and then they'd be totally fine, right?
Totally.
Now that is seriously, as a pantyhose wearer, that's the fucking shit that I wanted. Like I've been asking my entire life, when am I gonna find something to be able to put over my head, not have to worry about my very heavy Jewish 5 o'clock shadow? And thankfully my prayers were answered, and I feel blessed.
Surely genius.
Surely genius Sheertex. Yeah. Surely you jest. Sheertex.
Surely.
And if Sheertex, if you want to sponsor us, please, we're more than welcome. I'll take back everything I said. And I will love your product.
This isn't really, it's not really dogging on them. It's more of the
truth.
A nice way of saying, let's reach the audience. Like let's get back to the base, and like the company is definitely salvageable, and I'd love to see the company thrive. But
okay, that's very positive of you, because I
just don't see it. I just don't see it.
And I do think that is very. It may not be illegal, but it does bother me that they did not follow up with the things that they promised.
Did they promise it though, or did they just say? They diffused the situation by saying, "Hey, we'll take this to our marketing team," and hopefully you forget about it in your day to day.
Well, do you feel like you were diffused, or do you feel like you were promised?
Oh no, I've been rubbed the wrong way. Like I'm still waiting on that little pack that you can put the nylons in and wash them in the wash.
That to me seems like that was a promise that was made.
It was in there. It was part of the bundle. It's just unfortunately I just didn't have, like, it was from Kickstarter. So
and there's no recourse. You can't write them and be like, whatever happened about that?
Honestly, I did it at the very beginning, and I'm sure it just got, we're gonna say, lost in the mail, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
There was no response, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah. I had responses. It just seemed like that little portion was. I think they did address it, and they said, no, I wasn't eligible for it, which was weird. But I said, okay, I wasn't going to make a big fuss about it, because then they sent me another pair.
Well,
I was like, cool. And then I took the scissors and I cut right through them. And I had to take a picture of it and say, what, WTF? And then they sent another pair.
Did you cut it?
Cut it again.
How many pairs did you end up cutting? But if you don't like
2. By the third one, it was good, but it was still you're pushing this out. Yeah, you're pushing these products out, guaranteeing, right, from those commercials that you saw.
Yeah.
Even from the very beginning, that said indestructible, puppy chewing, rings, you name it.
There's a rugby player that does something.
Stretching, and I take a dull, that's the best part. They were dull pairs of scissors.
Yeah.
So they weren't sharp at the edge. They were completely rounded. Took it, cut. No problem.
I mean, and also allegedly, but I was going through one of their ads where they had a model put their hand through the regular guy's pantyhose, and when you pause it and do it in slow motion, it is clear that there have been slits made into the pantyhose, so that when they pull through it, it does that like run thing that where the entire pantyhose runs. Because I don't know about you, but I've never had an incident where pulling them up, like they have run up the entire like full leg. Like you get a run, but you don't.
I watched a girl do that because she didn't want to wear them, so she put her foot through it.
But like I'm saying, like in this, like for this, like in this instance, like this right here, they do that, and they like rip the entire thing, like that entire section.
Well, yeah, it's because they're like digging their fingers into it.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm just gonna dig my fingers into it. Is this gonna work, Sheertex? Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't think that was. I feel like I was pretty rough on him. I could spank.
Couldn't tell you whose it was.
Well, it's not Sheertex because they're shiny. Also, they're not comfortable. I put them on. They felt like I was wearing pancake batter.
Pancake batter.
And they look like pancake batter too. For real.
It is true. The nude ones do
Yeah.
have a weird look to them now.
Like, watch this. I swear. Like, this was supposed to be the nude colored ones, and it's first of all, it's not even like pantyhose. Like, it's
Well,
like,
they're not. It's a completely different material.
it's tights, like thick tights. Like, I don't know, like that. How is that new? A good match. Like, and this was the like lightest color. Yeah, but got that good old fashioned lemon colored
Lululemon.
that little lemon skid mark that lets you know that this is
Which is front, which is back.
Oh, do they have backseat frontsies? Like, I feel like they're both. Where do I put my vagina? Is my question. Sheertex.
Right in the middle.
Ooh, that's gonna be a problem.
And it's gonna be a huge problem for you.
I had mine installed to the side, so.
It's gonna be awkward when you sit down.
Well, it depends on what I'm sitting on now, doesn't it? But in any case, we're talking about dick. Is what I'm talking about. Okay, Commodore. So before I let you go, any final words to what this episode mean to you and what I mean to you as a person?
You're great. You're great. No, I'm looking forward to being a co-host for. In the meantime, while Rob gets his company up and running, and as we see our venture move forward, I'm definitely looking forward to interacting with our fan base and expanding this out the correct way through good marketing.
We will. Yes, Commodore and I actually have some behind the scenes machinations that will be revealed in time, but they are very exciting, I think.
It's going to be good. I think I do believe that we have a lot of nifty features that I think our viewers are going to enjoy hearing and listening about.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just, what do they say? I'm not just a customer. I'm also a client. No, that didn't make sense. What's that freaking expression they always use in the commercials? Now I can't remember it. It's like, I'm not only a user, when they use it for the hair growth club for men, not only I can't remember the catchphrase from it. I screwed it up. Well, that's the end of the episode done for me because I fucked that joke up. I'm not only the CEO, I'm also a client. It was like an old.
I'm gonna let you ponder on that one for the next episode, and when we start up the next one, you'll be able to.
I will literally be here in the same seat, having not moved for just the entire time. I'll be frozen in time. Just
excellent.
All right, Commodore.
Well, thank you very much. This is awesome.
I will see you in the next episode.
Perfect.
Ta-ta.
Bye, buddy. Talk to you later.
And see.